Hi everyone, I'm Renisha. Today I wanted to talk about peer pressure and how it affects everyone, but mainly how it affects young ladies and young women and young teens. Everyone has dealt with peer pressure in their life at some point. It happens to all of us. There's just no way to get around it. The only thing you can do is to learn how to handle it and to learn how to not be pressured into anything that you really didn't want to do. Um, that's like the worst thing. You you doing something that you didn't want to do, and then later you don't feel good about it. You actually feel pretty kind of bummed out about it because it wasn't your own idea and it wasn't even what you wanted to do. So I just want to say that be true to yourself, be strong, and have courage. It happens to everybody, and you just have to say no sometimes, or you have to just say no, I'm good, or no, that's not for me. Whatever it is that you use to feel comfortable with expressing no. You don't have to actually say no, but you just have to stand up for yourself and what you really feel is important. Um, I myself have dealt with peer pressure several times, but I'll talk about a story. When I was younger, I was riding in a car with just some buddies, not my besties or anything, but just some of my buddies. And I've never been one to smoke. It just wasn't my thing. Um, Once I found out how bad it is for your hair, and it dries out your skin and it turns your nails yellow, I was just like, no, smoking is not me. But so some of my buddies were smoking, and I looked around and I realized that I was the only one not smoking, and I was kind of like, okay, that's awkward. And so they noticed that I wasn't smoking too, and one of my buddies offered me a cigarette. Um, Now I could have easily had taken a cigarette just because I didn't want to be left out, which I didn't really like being left out, but I also didn't like cigarettes either. But I chose to say, no, I'm good. And she didn't even make a big deal about it. It was just, okay, cool. But in my mind, it was a much bigger thing than in reality, it really wasn't a big deal at all. They didn't care that I didn't want to smoke. And so sometimes we have to think about it that way. A lot of things seem like a really big deal to us, and sometimes it's not a big deal at all. You just have to make an important decision and decide what you really want to do versus what you don't want to do. Because when you do something that you didn't want to do, you never feel good about it. You never do. Um, there was a younger girl that I know, and she made a not so great choice. There were people pressuring her to twerk and make twerk videos. Um, and so she kind of caved to the pressure and she made the videos. And, things like that get shared so quickly on social media. And people had a lot of negative, not so nice comments to say about her because of how she looked in the video. And, it wasn't one of her best moments. But no one was there when that same young girl was being pressured by boys to twerk for them. No one was there when she maybe did want to say no, but she was afraid to say no. And she just wanted to fit in or do what she thought those boys wanted her to do. So I just want young women to know that you're going to always be pressured to do things that you're not going to be comfortable doing. You just have to say no. And if someone doesn't like it, then they don't like it. Oh well, because they'll go and pressure another girl to do what you wouldn't do. So it's just make sure it's not you because you don't want to feel bad about doing something that you didn't ever want to do, and then you did it. It just won't go well for you. So we're all going to have peer pressure in life. It happens to everybody. It's never going to stop happening. I mean, as I get older, you would think, oh, yeah, she never has peer pressure. No, I still have peer pressure, and I still have to say no to things that aren't comfortable to me, to just everything is not meant to be experienced by everyone. And so just because somebody else is doing it and they're saying, oh yeah, girl, you should do this, you should try this, it does not mean you have to try that. The most of the times I've been pressured by people, it's been the people closest to me. It would be like my friends or family members, because those are the people that I trust. Those are the people that I want to hang out with and kick it with. So just know that peer pressure is going to come, but you just have to always remember that you have a way out. And your way out is by saying no, or just saying, I have to go do something else. You just have to figure out an out so that when your pressure comes, you don't cave in. You stay true to yourself and you do what you're comfortable doing, no matter what someone else has to say. Because just remember, someone always has an opinion about you. Even if you do it, they will still talk about you. So you might as well let them talk about you because you stay true to yourself and you didn't cave in. That's all I got for today. Bye, everybody.